Hi everybody and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are as always your hosts Arne and Carlos.
And today Freya is here with us. We have decided that it's about time that we dedicate an episode to her. And this is something that came from one of our polls about content. And she doesn't want to sit with us.
People want to know more about Freya.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Come on, Freya. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, a lot of people love Freya and know her very well. She has been with us since we started our YouTube channel back in the day.
Yeah.
I guess it was in the end of 2015 that we did. And that was such a great idea. Somebody asked, why don't we do a day in Freya's life? Right? But why don't we do Freya? Her life story.
Tell you the story about Freya.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about Freya and tell you a lot of things about her. And to start with, I'd like to say that she is a lovely companion.
She's very nice.
She's always by my side. Yeah.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
And actually we had a dog before Freya. We had a border collie mix, and it was a border collie and another collie. So it was
a regular collie. Yeah.
And when that dog died, Lyda was her name, we actually decided we shouldn't have a dog anymore because we were traveling a lot.
Well, we weren't traveling like now, but we were traveling.
Now it's even more.
But then we had friends who had an accidental pregnancy. They had two poodles and they got pregnant.
I got two.
Yeah, and they asked us if we wanted to get one of the dogs. They were a little bit at their wits, and what are they going to do? What are they going to do?
And it was kind of hard to say no when you saw them because they were so cute.
And then we said, okay, but we travel a lot, and not as much as now, but we did travel. And she said, oh, but we live so close to each other. I can take care of her whenever you travel. It would be a joy for me to have her there. So we decided.
So it was easy because then we had a babysitter, so we could have her, and so I think she stayed with her many times.
We decided not to get the dog until Freya was born.
That's true. Yeah. And then we saw the two kids. She had one sister also.
Yes.
And we picked the one who was the toughest, which we regret many times because she is very tough.
Yeah.
But she was very. She was tougher.
Very outgoing.
She came running against us like she welcomed us every time we saw her. So we thought, oh, that's ours.
And Freya was born. So she was born in April. So April 17th of 2012, which means she's 11 years this year.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's still a lot of spark in her. She is a little bundle of joy, and she loves standing on her two legs and dancing.
She got it still.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, she was born together with another poodle that was a little bit more mellow.
Yeah.
She was the outgoing one, and from the beginning, very cute, very outgoing, and very charmed. We were very charmed by her.
And by the way, I met one of the owners, the husband.
Yeah.
Who had her parents, and he told me that her sister is now getting Alzheimer, and she's incontinent. So we're lucky with Freya. She has only lost her front teeth.
Yeah, she's still in good shape.
She's in good shape.
Yeah. So I remember, and I have a photo that we're going to show you. I remember Freya fitting in the palm of my hand.
Yeah. She was so tiny.
Or the inside of my hand.
It's so strange because when we got Freya, I was like, I never thought about having a poodle, and I thought the small dogs were like very vain or something.
Vain, yeah.
But when we got her and when we go skiing with her, it's really amazing how tough she was.
Yeah.
She was walking double as much as we did. Like she was tiny, but then she was running back and forth.
Yeah.
So.
But she's a tough cookie.
She's a very tough cookie.
And as Arne was saying, we do regret. Or we don't regret, but sometimes we think, oh, why did we get the outgoing one? And we have some examples. In the beginning, we thought, oh, small dog, we can travel with her easily. So we did travel with her a lot. Yeah. And I remember one particular one where we are in a school in Copenhagen, or in Denmark. No, it wasn't in Copenhagen, but it was in Denmark. Yeah. We were holding a lecture in a school in the evening, and there were 200, 300 people in the audience. And Freya was with us, and somehow she got away from where she was. And as we're holding this lecture for all these 300 people, I turn my head and I see her
a little black
ball going out of the door and going down the stairs to the basement of the school. And of course, the show must go on. So I'm like, what are we going to do now? Luckily, I did see her come back up again.
And the door were locked. There were like no chance she could get out of the house.
But it was, yeah.
And I remember once in the book fair in Denmark, we took her in a bag. Dogs were not allowed, but we had to take her with us.
Yeah, well, she wasn't in a plastic bag. She was in her.
No, she had like a tote bag.
A dog bag.
And she managed, like we didn't keep an eye on her, I guess, and she managed to get out of the bag. And suddenly we saw her running through the hall with all the book stands.
Yeah.
And that was embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
No one said anything. We managed to catch her and put her back in the bag, and we had to take her out for a walk every now and then. And so she's been out and about.
So when Freya barks at anything, we say moose moose. It's just something we say. It's kind of like an internal joke. It's because, you know, like when children don't behave and you get dirty, and the parents get dirty look from other people, and the parents are like, ooh, I don't know those kids who are, that's kind of like the moose moose. It's kind of like she barks and it's probably a moose. Yeah. It's just a funny thing.
Well, sometimes it could be a moose.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Freya has ever seen a moose.
Oh, she has.
She has?
Oh yeah, she has seen a moose. I think, didn't I walk her the time there was
Freya has seen a moose.
She has seen the moose.
She has also seen sheep. Remember?
That was when she was this size and she managed to get out through the fence in the garden. We had to put like what you call that? Like a grid, or what you call it? We had to put that along the whole fence because she came out from the smallest holes. So we have this wire thing with a net. So she doesn't get out of the garden anymore. But once we heard a lot of sheep running. We heard the bells up in the woods, and she was gone. And I think we walked over to see what was going on, and then she came out of the woods. Yeah. She's been hunting sheep, and she was this size.
And then remember when one of the sheep started showing that he was not happy? What happened?
That was not a long time ago.
Yeah.
She heard the sheep outside of the door. She heard the bells, and she started barking. And I said, let's open the door and see what happens if she's so tough. And I opened the door, and she ran out, and the sheep just looked at her and stamped her feet in the ground. Freya just turned around and ran into the front porch again.
Yeah.
So she's not so tough.
Not so tough.
She's tough to a certain point, but then...
I remember one thing that happened, her first winter here, which was quite traumatizing for me. Suddenly you come in and you've got her wrapped in a towel and she's all shaking like that and she's all wet.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what happened?
That was when she was trying to catch a bird in the lake, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The lake was, the ice was...
It wasn't frozen, but it was freezing.
No, the ice was starting to freeze, and there were ice flakes on the lake, and there was a little bird, the linnærle.
Yeah.
I don't know the English name.
It's probably blue tit.
No.
No, I know it's not.
And then she jumped to catch the bird, and she ended up on the ice flake.
Yeah.
And then I tried to get the ice flake back to shore with what you call that, rive?
Yeah, with a rake.
The rake. And then she jumped off the ice flake and swam into land.
And was very traumatized.
Then she was traumatized.
I think I was more traumatized than her.
I think you were more traumatized.
So she is a troublemaker, that's for sure. Yeah. Now, we've done a few things for her. We've knitted her a sweater.
She has, I think we made 2 sweaters.
Well,
one with X and O and one with sock yarn.
Yeah, we have a sock yarn sweater.
No, not sock yarn, the other one.
Yeah, one of the yarns we designed. And then we have, she has a cashmere sweater that we bought on sale once. Actually, we bought the cashmere sweater first because we needed to get a sweater to copy to make other sweaters. You know, to copy the style, how it was made, because we had no idea. No. And then these cashmere sweaters were on sale.
And we do have a raincoat somewhere. Yeah. And a winter coat, because poodles have only 1 layer of fur. So it looks, maybe a lot of people don't like that you put clothes on a dog.
Well, I don't like that. But
no, but sometimes when it's minus 30, degrees.
Yeah.
It's really cold, and normally she don't want to go out anyway, but she has to do her business, and we don't want to have her doing that in the house.
Yeah.
So we have to take her out. Like now she's so old, she doesn't like to walk anymore, so we carry her out.
Yeah.
But
Well, not. We still walk her.
we walk her, but she's not happy walking anymore.
Not much,
So,
anyway.
no, not
a little
much.
bit.
But sometimes you need to put on something because it's cold.
It's very cold. Then we have a blanket that we crocheted for her. It was actually done.
That was kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. The crochet blanket that Freya has, and you can actually get the pattern on our website. It's called Freya's Blanket at arnecarlos.com. That was a project that we were doing for our book, Knit and Crochet Garden, and we decided it was going to be Freya's blanket.
Yeah.
And then I'd read in this book, because it was the first time we had got a puppy. Because the other dog that we got, Lida, she was 4 years old when we got her. She was a rescue dog. This one, a puppy. I read a book that you should take the blanket and put it in where she was born so that she could get the smell of her mother and all the pee and the poo and all that in the blanket so that it would be familiar. So we go to our friend who, with this beautiful floral blanket that we have crocheted, and we say, so put the blanket in with the dogs so that the smells go in there.
It's just like you can't use that in the cage, or in the basket, because she thought it was too beautiful because it had all these flowers. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But that became her blanket, and she still have it.
Yeah, we put it there, and then when we took Freya home, we had her with the blanket, and she has a little cage, and we put the blanket over the cage. And then she goes in there and feels very safe.
And we never washed it. I don't think we have washed it since she got it.
No, but it's outside. It's all 100% wool.
Yeah, it's outside and it's over the cage when we go in the car. So it's not dirty.
But she doesn't actually live in her cage. The cage is only something we use when
we go in the car.
When we go in the car, and when we are in foreign places where she's not accustomed, then she'll go in her cage and feel secure.
It's her space, so she feels more safe, I guess, when she go into the cage, and especially when we go to places and there are other dogs.
Yeah.
Then she hide in her cage sometimes when she want to have a time out.
Yeah, but she does have a place where she sleeps. She sleeps under the kitchen oven. So we've got a wood burning oven in the kitchen, which is like a stove. And it burns wood and it's nice and warm. And then we've got to put the firewood, but actually we don't. Instead, we've put a pillow there, an embroidered pillow.
And that pillow took ages to make. It's made in embroidery stitch. I don't know the name in English. It's just like this. And it's 8-leaf roses. It's made after a pattern for a woven tapestry.
And that's where Freya sleeps, under the stove, on top of the embroidered pillow.
And then she sleeps also in the hall on an old sofa. That was a very nice sofa once, but we found out a few weeks or months ago that she has actually scratched it, so it's destroyed.
Yeah. She's been destroying the sofa.
And the fabric on the sofa is actually quite nice, and it was new when I bought it.
Yeah.
It's destroyed. We have to change when she is gone.
It's life. It's life. What happens when you
and
have
she also
pets.
ate the rug on the kitchen. You remember we had that patchwork?
Yeah. When she was teething,
Yeah.
I do.
So but she hasn't destroyed a lot of things.
I think the most amusing thing, I mean, it's funny now, it wasn't funny at the time, but it was when we were renovating upstairs, the bathroom. And there were all these guys there, cleaning and doing the tiles, and they were doing the wood, the carpenting, all that stuff. And Freya it was the year she was born, so she was still a puppy. And she thought it was fun, to have them play with her. She got into our laundry basket somehow, and she took one of my underwear.
Yeah.
And she brought it, and she put it in front of one of the guys, and she started wagging her tail.
So
and I was standing there. It was quite embarrassing, I have to say. Very cute.
And she's not so friendly with a neighbor dog because she want to be the boss.
She is the boss.
So she can be really tough sometimes when she meet other dogs, especially other ladies.
Yeah.
I think she was with Helmer. When we had Helmer, she was not angry or anything, but she was the boss. Even
She's
if he
always
was
the
this
boss.
size and she was that size, she was the boss.
Yeah.
So she's very bossy.
So there you have it, sweet Freya. We weren't supposed to have her originally, but we got her, and we don't regret it. We're very happy to have her here, and she's been entertaining you guys for the past 8 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and may she live long.
Yeah.
She's
She's
very
getting old.
lovely. She's getting old.
She lost her front teeth, but she can
Yeah.
still eat. And the vet said it was good. It wasn't the long ones because
No.
then her tongue will have been hanging out all
Yeah.
the time. So it's the front teeth, but she still eats and
Yeah.
she's in good shape being that old.
She's very motivated by food. She loves her food, and she can do all sorts of tricks. Her favorite trick is standing on 2 legs and then twirling
Dance.
like a circus dog. So yeah, this is Freya, the joy of our lives. She's always by my side, and I don't believe in animals sleeping in the bed, so she does not sleep in the bed. But every morning, she comes in and gives me a little. She tries to lick me behind my ear. So Freya, this is your episode. Do you have anything you would like to say? Anything we forgot? No.
No,
She's okay.
she's okay.
She thinks that we told them everything. So yeah, this is Freya, her episode. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we hope that we will have her for many, many more years to go, as long as she's in,
She's in good shape.
yeah. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode and learning a little bit more about our pet. We used to have another one, Helmer, but he was only here as a long-term guest, and now he lives with another family in another place.
Yeah.
Where he is happy.
And she's the boss again.
And she gets to be, she's always been the boss.
She's always been,
but now she gets us full time.
Yeah.
So that's what she wants. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you subscribe, please make sure to turn on your notifications.
because then you won't
bell.
miss the episode.
You won't miss anything. Get on the mailing list. It's the best way to find out everything that's going on. And thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your commitment
See
with
if
our
we
channel.
see if we can make a moose before we leave.
And I'm sure Freya enjoys it too. Moose, moose.
Moose, moose.
Moose, moose. Bye.
It works every time.